Hey there, Matt. Thanks for the time. We know the plan and how it was mapped out, and we were able to guess that watching the game. But just competitor-wise, how much did you want to try to lobby to let them go? I mean, 35 pitches, and you looked fine.
Oh yeah, without question. This is postseason baseball. It's playoff baseball. Physically, I felt great. I wanted to go, 7, 8, 9 innings. Right. That's just how we internally compete. But yeah, of course, I wanted to keep going. But I had an idea of somewhat of the plan, going into it. So.
And that's what I just wanted to double check. You kind of knew even going out there for the third inning that there was a good chance that was probably the end, right?
To be completely honest, I didn't think it was going to be after the third. But, I knew I didn't. The good thing is before the start going into it, we talked about the potential game plans. I understood what was going on. And just moving into like, hey, maybe just reading the flow of the game. Maybe I'll go 4 or 5. We'll see. Who knows? And then Robbie comes in and does his thing for 3, 4, 5. So, yeah, at first I was a little maybe surprised to come out out of the third. But, it is what it is. I don't make those decisions. And Robbie came in and pitched really well. Just a game we wanted to win, obviously, and we'll just come get them tomorrow.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Your turn, Jay.
Hey, Matt. When did you guys settle on the idea, of you pitching today as opposed to maybe starting Saturday and then coming back for a potential game 3? And for you, was there any consternation or anything about having just the one outing coming off the IL and then going into a game of this magnitude?
Yeah, I don't think having one game coming off the IL wasn't that big of a deal because I physically felt great, feel great. Just keep moving forward accordingly. But yeah, in regards to kind of the game plan today, we talked about the last several days. Obviously once I didn't pitch Saturday, we were really talking about like, hey, this is what we're looking at, some options, and just knowing like, hey, you're going to go in. I threw 3 X amount of pitches against the Yankees. I don't remember how many. So obviously one, hoping to build off that, but 2, knowing the game plan was, hey, I'm going to throw X amount of innings, and then Robbie's going to come in and throw, right after that. So once we kind of got the idea of that, it was good to know that going into it. So if you have a perfect game in the 5th, you're probably not going to keep going, most likely, just given the scenario, just for funny examples. But yeah, had a good idea of it going in, but,
All right. Thanks, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
And next is Caitlin.
Hey, Matt. So obviously the nature of this 3-game series is that you immediately have an elimination game. That's a new experience for a lot of your teammates. So just, how can you kind of keep things level tomorrow, make sure it doesn't get too, big of a stage, take confidence from this one?
Yeah, guys just need to remember just to stay loose, play free. Like we all play this game because we have so much fun playing it, and we love it. Tomorrow it's just another baseball game. Granted, if you don't win, you're out of the playoffs, but you just got to take one game at a time. That's the beauty of this thing. You go out there, play well, give our team a chance to win, everybody that's playing, and hopefully go into a game 3, the same scenario.
Great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Ben.
Hey, Matt, just wondering on a practical level, after throwing 35 pitches today, like what happens next for you when it comes to your workload and kind of managing that and building up?
Yeah, I think, tomorrow will be a normal day 1. Hopefully we go out there and win the game, and we'll see what happens, game 3. Obviously if physically everything's good, or, you feel good because we have a lot of guys who are fresh, anything goes, in a game 3 scenario, that's a must win. Whoever wins moves on. And move on from there, and hopefully we, win the next 2 games, and I move into my bullpens accordingly. And I'm sure we'll get a discussion about how we're going to map out if we make it to the DS.
Cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Your turn, Steve.
I apologize if this has been asked earlier because I just got back in on the call. But when you came out of the game, you didn't look happy in the dugout. Was that just because you knew what the rules were, so to speak, coming in, or you just wanted at that point, man, I'm going well, I want to keep going?
Oh yeah, the competitive juices are always there, and obviously those may kick in more at certain times. So without question, I wanted to go back out there. I think everyone knew that. But even then, like I said earlier, coming in, I was a little surprised maybe after the 3rd inning, but that was I knew the game plan was going to be shorter, maybe 3, 4, 5 innings, depending on the game. So yeah, maybe a little surprised at 3. But like I said, Robbie came in there, did his thing, pitched really well. And we just unfortunately didn't win the game today.